Do you want to start your day with a positive mindset? Or do you want to just be inspired by some amazing people? Well, stick through this video, and at the very least, it should provide some good entertainment for your morning coffee. Just quickly help me, because I'm sorry, I don't want to waste time. Oh, put the hands down. Oh, I said entertainment twice.
Loosen up, loosen up.
Loosey-goosey, okay. Try to keep it casual, casual.
Don't ever do that ever again. So we would normally at Peak speak to anybody who was inspiring, motivational, doing something really cool, whether that's an organisation, an individual, even a business. So this week, for example, we spoke to 4 different businesses who are doing really cool things. So the first person we spoke to was a guy called Josh from InYourFace Media. With Boris expecting tomorrow to ease lockdown, the big question is, how do you get people in retail stores? And Josh from InYourFace Media has come up with some digital solutions. So they're a digital solution company and they work with technology. And he's come up with a range of different technology, him and his team. They include a digital hand sanitizer. There's also a queuing system technology in place which tells you how many people are in the queue, how long you might have to wait, and they're working on a virtual queue as well. So you literally go up to the front of the store, take a picture of a QR code, get back in your car if it's raining. You don't have to stand out in the queue for 50 minutes, an hour, whatever it is. Your phone will just go off and go, you're 5 minutes away from entering the store, go and queue. But the one I liked the most was this concept of shop owners being alerted to when they're nearly at full capacity. So there's a piece of technology basically that sits on the outside of the shop and it takes your temperature as you walk past. It can take your temperature, work out whether you're well enough to go in the shop first and foremost, and second of all, it alerts the shop owner when they're at 95% capacity or 90% capacity, and that way they can stay on top of it. It's just slick technology that makes everything just that little bit easier because we know we're all going to rush out. He was really cool, full of ideas, very innovative, and just a very nice guy to speak to.
Moving on from retail shopping to online dating. Basically, for any singletons out there, there is an app called Blindly. So I spoke to the co-founder of that app, and what it basically is, it's been described as Tinder meets Zoom. Basically, it's supposed to be a unintrusive, safe, kind of taking away the awkwardness of online dating through video by basically, they've got a blur feature. So you are matched with someone by just some credentials and criteria that they kind of do at the start. And then you get matched with someone and you go on this online date. So it's a 3-minute call. It's got a blurred screen. And the women, because from their research, women tend to keep the blur on longer than men. Men tended to just get rid of the blur straight away. So women are in control of the blur. So they can start to feel comfortable during that phone call and then request to reduce the blur so you can start to see the person you're speaking to slightly clearer. And the other person can accept if they want to. The goal with that version of online dating is to kind of keep safe and feel not so awkward about doing a video date. But yeah, it just sounds really interesting. But I guess I'll never get the chance to try that one out. So I'll have to take people's word for it. Yeah, I wonder if it'll stick around once people get back out. But yeah, it sounds interesting. And maybe it means that, don't need to waste that £50 taking someone out for dinner. So yeah, great to speak to Sasha from Blindly.
From one webcam to a different type of lens, I spoke to Johanna Elizabeth, who is a professional photographer who is fundraising for her local NHS trust in Portsmouth by selling photography packages with a twist. So she is by trade a boudoir photographer. It's basically like lingerie and stylish photography showcasing women in all their best light. She's offering a boudoir package and a beauty package, which is much more, she, in her words, simple but beautiful, which I think is probably the best way to describe it.
You signed up, haven't you, Michael, to a package?
Yes. Yeah, I feel like I'm ready. So yeah, she's selling these packages that would normally be 250 quid. And it's a professional photo shoot in her studio in Hampshire. Normally 250 quid, costs £99, and all of it, every single penny, will go to the Portsmouth Hospital Trust. The extra element of why she's doing that is she was a midwife before she became a photographer. So she's worked on, I was going to say the front line, I suppose it is the front line. She has worked on the front line in PPE, albeit not in these kind of conditions, but she knows how hot it is, she knows how stressful it is, and she just wants to give something back. So even though her business has been out of action for 2 months, she's now looking to get back up and running, but donating everything she can raise from these photo shoot packages back to the NHS Trust.
Some of those photos are really stunning as well. I actually had a look at them this week in their Instagram page as well. Unbelievable
pictures. And she's very big on keeping close with her clientele and both before and after care. just making sure that she fills these women with confidence. She's just all about empowering and getting these professional photos done. So if you want that, if you want a little treat, perk yourself up, have a nice professional photo shoot, go to Johanna Elizabeth.
And you also covered another slightly, well, no, they're not very similar at all, but another interesting story.
So when we started this, if you'd have told me I'd have been speaking to a male strip club by the end of month 2, I'd have said you were lying. I got the opportunity to speak to Tristan Mills from Adonis Cabaret, and basically they've taken their male strip show online. COVID again has forced their hand. They found that they are creating a product that they wouldn't normally be able to create. So they're getting male strippers from all around the world on the same show for a variety of different packages at different prices. Don't laugh at the double entendre of the word packages. You're better than that, Namisha. He was an absolute joy to behold. Just funny, exuberant, just loves his trade. They're not being paid for it as it stands because it's still new and starting out. But you can get these virtual strip shows and they can't be repeated. They are live. Once streamed, they're deleted.
Can't be hitting that record button on Zoom then anytime soon, can you?
No, none of that. Honestly, I can't speak highly enough of Tristan. He was great fun. Just a really cool idea of different performers from Australia, Berlin, South Africa, America, all on the same show. So if anything, you're getting a better product than going down to your local strip club. Is that a thing?
I wouldn't know.
He was full of praise for technology and how he's really had to think outside the box, him and his team, to bring this show to life, because otherwise the business would have gone under. So
yeah, I think it's knowing that everyone's in the same or a similar boat, and how people are trying to come out of it the other side stronger, and how many resilient people there are out there really trying to also help their employees or staff, or in this case, actually get more people on board in the project. And whilst, there might not always be a monetary gain in every single decision, I think it's just an inspiring way to look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the one thing that has come out of this week is just a get up and go attitude. InYourFace Media needed to be ahead of the game. They needed to create this technology before retail shops open. They found a way, they found a solution. Blindly have looked at the situation and brought something together that works in this current environment. Johanna Elizabeth could have just focused on herself and focused on the photography business. She isn't. She's given something back. And Tristan Mills has had to experiment and really think outside the box. But again, all 4 of them have got that real get up and go attitude, and they've created something, and that's exactly why we've covered them, because they're doing good things in a still pretty tough environment. Yes, it is easing, but there are still plenty of restrictions in place. So yeah, I tip my hat to all of them.
Amazing people, as always, that we've spoken to this week. Has there been anything you've seen online to sort of finish off this week that you thought was an interesting story?
But the one that stood out for me was a wedding that was cancelled between a doctor and a nurse working on the front line in London St Thomas Hospital. They decided to get married in the hospital, which is a really, really nice little tale. So their wedding still went ahead, albeit probably not as they imagined. And they did it in a place where they've been tested for the last 2 months. So really, really nice tale that they got married in the hospital.
Yeah, congratulations to that very happy couple. I just saw a really funny video online. I'm not actually sure what country it's in. It's in Europe, but this father, him and his small daughter, go out for a walk every day, and to entertain the neighbours when obviously the restrictions were still in place, they would dress up in fancy dress outfits for every walk. So they dress up as like a dinosaur, or they dress up as like...
I did see this. Didn't they do Frozen?
Yes, they did Frozen, yes. So they both of them dress up in complimentary outfits. It's really cute and really lovely. And I'm sure a really interesting memory for his daughter to have one day in the future. But they've recorded all their walks, so you'll probably see them pop up. That was another fun story to round up another week.
And also the small matter of we've hit 2 months as well.
Oh, we have. That is true. Of 2 months. Happy 2 months to peak.
Yeah, we'll still keep going and keep telling stories. So next Saturday we'll do it all again and look back at another busy week. So come back for more positive stories then.